Hello, and in this episode, let us get supplies from over here, to over there, and over there. But I think that's the only wharfs that we actually make any. Oh no, we make the use of the wharf up here as well. Ooh. And now this wharf, though, does this have production boost? It's enhanced. Let's start with the Gerard's Cross, because that doesn't really have any production boost at all. So, and we need to get trains somewhere across from here up to here. I think we should probably come up round below. So yes, so let's create the loading station and around here. And this is going to have to be diesel because so much of my network is diesel. Let's have the low goods station. Low goods. This feels like kind of this discussion of kind of, low art and high art. Low goods, sort of the goods which people would disapprove of. So let's see, because I need to build this. This is okay to go that way, but this probably needs to go. Yes. Now, I don't need to worry too much about the fact that will slow down briefly. Doesn't really cause that much concern. Let's see. Low goods of limited cultural importance. Things like, soft drinks, obviously. Okay, so let's do that there. We're still using block signals. I don't want to do that. I want a block signal there. And I want some X6 signals here. I don't know how many things I've signaled to block signals accidentally, but there's a huge amount of difference on these lines, because these are all kind of signal blocks anyways. So it doesn't really matter that much. But we'll the escape depot. And then these St Albans loads. Let's have a nice. So this is going to be our loading. This is going to be cement load. You might want to get the farm supplies out of there as well at some point. So there we go. Let's build that there. Pop that down there. And now we need to just connect this up to the rest of the network, which I'm not going to connect it quite through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little bit of a Yes, exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a little bit of a while I figure out what I need to do. But actually, I know exactly where I can come. And through here. So if I build this out through here, and then this out through here, this out through here. And yes, I will need to bridge over this. And then we can wander around here. Yeah. And this should be fast enough for freight. And this is 2. And then cut through here. A little bit of an environmental disaster going on. And a lot of an environmental disaster going on. Never mind. And there we go. So, and that can now come around the bottom of Westminster. And there we go. So they can run the bottom of Westminster. So bypasses that all. And then goes across here. We can just have a little bit of a so bring this actually up here. I'm going to only go up onto that there. And then onto that there now. And that gets me my on the left-hand side. So, and let's now just build the right-hand side, which would be fairly simple and easy. And let's just go around through here. So that this go through here, and then just flatten that out. Just thinking at this stage of the game, we've kind of hundreds of years in, nearly 200 years in, there wouldn't really be this much to do, but at least it's I guess it's because we're playing on quite a large map, so there is still quite a lot to do. And I think, that there will be a point that this map, sort of 1024 by 512, whatever it is, you could probably feasibly play one of these for 300-400 years. And just gradually connecting industries, even if you didn't build any new industries, especially because it's so low density. Anyway, let's go through here and let's build this and go up here and not go all the way up here. We do want to create a sort of train jump ramp. And then we go round here. But if you, we are probably coming to that natural point, which I'd say I've probably done most of what I want to do with this map. It's really, for some of the words, it's just there's very little kind of, hey, let's do a video which just shows people how to start on a very early start map. That was all this was intended to be. It's a couple of episodes. Hey, we've got started. Now we're profitable. Right, great. On to the next thing. And here we are. Many years, many episodes later. But I do feel we're getting to a point where I kind of want to say, actually, Leicester pot drop. So, this is one that's gung ho. This is Leicester. And Gerrard's Cross is the one we want to get to. So where did we come? We came from the bottom of West Winchester. So we came up here. And can you get to the Gerrard's Cross mines from here? Well, can you indeed? No. And no, you can't. So we actually need a way to get to Gerrard's Cross too. I'm sure lots of people need a way to get to Gerrard's Cross, particularly people who live in the Gerrard's Cross metropolitan area. There we go. Let's build that down through here. There. This will go. There we go. Let's build that down there. Then we'll put a nice diagonal here. No. Stop putting jump ramps and sort of train agility courses. This, there you can imagine that's the crux of trains. You kind of clasp 56 and you ask it to jump through a hoop and then weave around some pole walls and things like that, which trains traditionally are very bad at. The train agility class is probably a bad idea. And trains, they're not really renowned for agility. And, there's not sort of a performance train magazine which talks about the exciting handling and the ease of which they can be provoked into drifts. Okay, so we go over this big hill. And then we have this. So, do these load? Loading paints and coatings. So actually this will help the vehicles too. So I need the drop-off stations. So let's do that. We're going to just build a sort of an extra, raise some land, and we should do that there. Ooh, that's going to be an interesting problem. So we can't really do that there. Well, let's fill in the lake. So these are loading, aren't they? So these would need to go via a loading waypoint. This is going to be Gerrard's Cross. Lodestone. Let's be creative here. So that's going to go via the loading waypoint. And then these are just going to bridge over here. The road was here first. So the road is the thing which gets bridged over. So okay, let's pop those across there, and then that's our landscaping. Cool. We just need to have a tidy up of those. So yes, I'm kind of approaching the point which I've done most of what I want to do with this map. We're going to bow out. It's kind of a what next. I think probably next there'll be some more. There's lots of stuff that I do want to do still with the kind of the Transport Tycoon universe. So I have a lot of ideas for some of the Transport Tycoon-y type things that I want to do. And so there'll definitely be some more of that. And then in the future. And so, see some more of that. That's George Cross. Unload. And I think we're there. I think we've built the route for the first of the cement trains. Make sure that actually accepts cement. Yes, it does. It does accept cement, so let's try that. Let's get those set up and running. Let's maybe some more Transport Tycoon stuff, I think. And there's also going to be really, let's find a good, what's good trains. So we want a bit of speed. Let's do these class 70s. And these are quite powerful, so. And then we want something that's going to carry cement. So the cement goes in this hopper. Oh, the vans go take it as well. And yes, it does quite a lot of cement, actually, this plant, doesn't it? Yes, 400 tons of it, so. And this carries 468 tons, so. Let us let it go to there. But it shouldn't do. This also allow this to go back round here, so. And the reason to allow it to go back round here is so that I can tell it to go to the cement load, and it's not going to cause utter chaos. So there we go. That needs to go now back around to Gerard's Cross unload, and then up to there. Yes, there's some vehicles. That's going to have to load there. I'm just going to have 2 of these for now. So I'm going to create the cement group. Ooh. Well, you already had a cement group. Let's get rid of that. So let's do Gerards. No, not Garards. The Garards were very, very, very good. The historic turntables. They made some lower ones, but they did make the classics for 301 and 401, and then the Lab 80, which was the automatic change, the clever arms and spindles and things where you could stack multiple records on it. But no. Off you go. Stop gumming up my works. Yes. Yes, Gerard manufacturer very, very nice, fancy turntables. Very sort of good turntables. The sort of 60s and 50s, 60s and 70s. They were back to the point. So let's have a look at. So there's going to be 2 here. So we want to go down to Garsdale. And now Garsdale. It's interesting because Garsdale doesn't really have a connection to the rest of the freight network. Or does it? This is a freight line. So Garsdale does, because we take pipe to it. Yes, so we already have some. Now, what that means is we need to connect this up to the rest of the network. It doesn't really have a good connection here, does it? So in fact, what we should do is just build the junction goes down here. Yes, so we've got junction that goes down there, and we've kind of screwed up here because what's happened is we've ended up with the situation in which we need to get this up to there, and there's far too many, so we're going to need to do, I think. Yes, there's too many bridges and things which need to happen, so I'm sure there's a simpler way to do this, but simple? Okay, but simple. We want complex and difficult, and trains slowing down to about 50 miles an hour because we have these tight turns, but we will live with that. We will live with that, and we will survive, and they won't matter too much. As long as they're fast before they get onto that section, it will be okay. Yes, bring that down to Carsdale. Where were we at? I totally lost track. So, yes, 3 things next. So we do have some more sort of Transport Tycoon-y things that I'd like to do. Around Transport Tycoon and related, and then OpenTTD and things. But also probably playing some other what I kind of loosely call Sawyer games, and the games written by Chris Sawyer. There may be some sort of Roller Coaster Tycoon and things like that in the future. Because I quite like the idea of Roller Coaster Tycoon as this series kind of goes. It's like sort of occasional asides and things like yes, we spend the entire time wishing that people would market soft drinks to us again. The way that Roller Coaster Tycoon works with its scenarios, where they're kind of just 2 hours or so, sometimes even shorter, depending on how quickly you can get through them. So life lends itself to that. Because I think one of the things with this is, as people say to me, is say, well, the thing is 90 odd episodes is, it's fair to say, it's a bit of a commitment to actually watch the thing end to end. But there's still the occasional, references that come up. And the time and again, we haven't talked about Charles Babbage for a while, but we might do at some point. And I'd like that you could do this a little bit more standalone, at least some point-to-point standalone where you could say, yes, there's just from 3 or so episodes of this as we build a Roller Coaster Tycoon park. That's it. That's job done. And I'm sure what will happen is the usual thing when you sort of change tack slightly, which is we're going to be fully. Everybody's going to go, oh no, this is slightly different to what came before. I'm going to unsubscribe, and to punish you. Because that counts as your main indicator of, am I doing the right sort of thing? Is do people want to subscribe to it? But so and I've heard this from people. This they've changed the most minor thing. Sort of the level of. In my title screens used to be green and now they're blue, but because that happened, everybody just unsubscribed from my channel because they said, well, your channel is the green channel. I already have blue channels that I watch. I'm not interested in that. So we will see how that goes. And then, I think Sawyer games, I don't feel Sawyer games really going from one Sawyer game to another. It's too much of a stretch. I think there's a lot of, certainly for me, it's, there's a lot of kind of people that have the overlap in them, or quite play sort of a Transport Tycoon as much as they play Roller Coaster Tycoon, and there's not the big thing between them. It's not like sort of a Sharks and Jets thing where there's a lot of people clicking fingers and singing songs about how there's rivalry. In this Leonard Bernstein scored musical about the Transport Tycooners versus the Roller Coaster Tycooners, but I don't think that's there. I think probably the most controversial Sawyer game is going to be more Chris Sawyer's Locomotion, just because it was weird. Locomotion, the kind of, I remember getting it and being really sort of, oh wow, this the sequel to Transport Tycoon Deluxe, and it uses the Roller Coaster Tycoon engine, so you're going to be able to build all of these really cool track configurations. It's all going to be amazing, and then it kind of just, well, it didn't have the same gameplay magic. I think even in interviews, so I see sort of Chris Sawyer, people ask him, say, Locomotion, why did Locomotion not work out? And even Chris Sawyer says quite openly, says, well, I think I kind of missed the magic. Later interviews, I think in his earlier interviews he was a bit more trying to talk it up, but I think in later interviews he was a bit more sort of sanguine, and this idea that yes, I possibly missed some of the magics, the sort of scale of Transport Tycoon, that this kind of a thing, because this game has, even in its sort of open variation, it's oh no, I destroyed let's repair it with canals. Let's not try to build aqueducts. And so, yes, even in its open variants, there's a certain scale that kind of works with it, I think. And though that's probably too long without signals, so let's just flatten that. We've done enough landscape destruction, I think. And we're already in the bad books, destroying that river unnecessarily. So yes, so there we go. So yes, which is the Transport Tycoon kind of has a really good scale for transport, and the Roller Coaster Tycoon has a really good scale for roller coasters. But the Roller Coaster Tycoon scale does not work for transport games. I'm sure, like if you try to do a roller coaster building game in this scale, there would be a complete disaster as well. So. And length 9 is probably a little bit much, but we'll see. If this is total disaster, we can always fix it. That's not going to be great, is it? Link 54. We've got ourselves into another one of these problems where we're trying to just cross an enormous mountain. So, people love this. They see me just go like, goodbye, mountain. And now you are flat. Because I have the money to do it. So I don't really like doing it. I don't like this huge, enormous, big pile of brown just to cut a railway through it. But yeah, there's the cost aspect as well, I guess. But I feel when you start cutting the mountains about like this, they start looking very sort of artificial. Whereas I like some sort of natural look of them in the middle of when you've been playing a game for a little while. Okay, so that's a Link 22 tunnel, Link 19 tunnel. There's not really much else in that. And just build that out. Link 13. There we go. That's not too bad. And then we can have a sort of just a cutting through here. And in fact, we need to cut that down to there. So we've gone through this sort of tunnel. Very expensive to build. But I'm overflowing with cash anyway, so this is not, this sort of, if it was real, if I was the tycoon of this game, I would sort of be going down to the corner shop to buy some energy drinks or something, and then call back to earlier episode. But yes, I would be going down to the corner shop to buy some energy drinks, and there would just be overflow of cash, and sort of go to. And say, oh yes, that'll be £1.30, please, and they just sort of reach into my pockets and sort of £50 notes come pouring out. There's just cash everywhere, everywhere from this company, and yes, this is like, yes, okay, fine. Just go look. I don't mind that £90 are just falling out of my pockets. Say I have 33 million, just sort of take that. It will be. There you go. Okay, so Gusto bag bike competition, which is good. There, yes, we can make things go via the bag bike competition, which actually doesn't really have. Yes, the bag bike competition comes down here. Good. Should build more cement trains. We finally built that all across there. So St Albans, yes, there's already a problem coming up here, isn't there? So. Are these not grouped yet? Did I build the group and then not group them into it? Yes. Ah. What is this? Oh, these are cement. Okay, so these should go into here. So we did have some cement doing some stuff. But we should go to cement. So I'm going to clone one of those. Not going to clone it with the control key. Because I want to have a separate one. And I want this to go down to Lost Garsdale. Garsdale is somewhere. There we go. So that's going to go via. Just going to go via the bagpipe competition and just into there. And now I have a problem here, which is that this station is probably not long enough. Is it? Well, actually, these are 4.9, so this station is probably long enough. They should just put a little bit of extra cap on it, just in case. So this is now going to be Garsdale Cement. Which I can just drop that into. And then I can clone that. We can have 3 of those, I think. There we go. So that's now the Garsdale Cement. Which we'll have to go further load. That's fine, because it can get round. It can get round there, it's okay. So, we have some cement trains and some cement for them to take. Do we have enough time to connect up the other wharf, which is up here? And now, this is a goods train. Yes, this is goods. So this here, which goes up by Barmouth, we can very quickly just build. And the tube bridge, yes. So we can very easily build a route which comes across from down up there to down here. And then we hopefully can connect the final wharf. Now let's try not to destroy the water this time. There's a little. There's still got a bridge there. How evil am I feeling? I'm feeling moderately evil. So let's do that, and let's be evil to the landscape as well. So Rollercoaster Tycoon, sorry, game, I think that would be a nice fit. So we should try a few of those and just hopefully see other people still stick around for it because it's the diversions in the chat and all of that. I'm sure are part of why people come here. I'm sure you don't just watch all of these on mute and say, the Tycoon is quite interesting. We just don't want to listen to you talk about some 1970s records or 1990s advertising aesthetics or things like that. Let's rebuild that out here. I've got no idea where I'm going. I'm just doing whatever I feel like. Nobody spotted that. It's not too bad. So the only thing here is needs to come round a little bit inefficiently because this needs to kind of link up with the load. Ooh. Well, that's an interesting problem I hadn't noticed. Okay, that should be fixed. So there we go. So this one now needs to come up here, and now we have a natural problem, which is that no, because the load actually goes through there, so that will work. Okay, so that's has now signals that can now go up there. As it's going up here, but can this actually get to the bit that I wanted to get to? So it does go past rock colliery, but I need now to go here. I'm not sure it does. A new rock sodium drop. The sodium drop is not long either, is it? The sodium drop is only 4. Oops. So what we need here is for this to go underground. This is all Clanfair Woods. So this is all fine. And then I can have a good station here, which is where I'm going to drop my cement. There we go. And that's just going to come across here, across there, and then across there. And then this just needs to go across here. And then let's have a nice long gradual here. And that comes around there. And there we go. There we just need a waypoint on here. New rock. Cement off. Cement off. Right. So we'll pop a depot in there as well. Over the servicing of things. And then we just need to get back down to St Albans, and there's a train already there, which is good. So we just need to get rid of that and then tell it to go to New Rock Cement off. And then Clanfair Woods. And this one, the Garsdale Cement. So this is going to be New Rock Cement. So that go there. So I just want a couple of those. And let's start those. And I think we're mostly there now. And noting that these, probably there's still cement waiting, so let's have an extra Garsdale. And let's have an extra couple of Gerards, and then let's have an extra one of these as well. I think that should be enough. That's more than enough cement. So the oxygen tanks are getting old. What are they? ERF E series. There's probably too many of them as well. That is a problem. That's a problem for another episode, I think. Or should we just fix this now? So let's replace the RFE series with another British trucks. Ban TGS. There we go. There we go. So that's all fixed. It's all going. It's a little longer than expected, but we did need to be productive. So I shall see you in a future episode.